Well, hello and welcome or welcome back to Rebecca. We're once again at the beginning of a month, and that means it is time for a to be read list for August this time. And this month has so many great events. Unfortunately, I think I already know that August is going to be a very busy month. We're into August already, and I haven't even hardly had time to think about a TBR, but that means it's going to be a slightly light TBR. I still want to do one and participate in some of these events. So, there are two cats on the table who are kind of making me think that this is going to turn into a massive cat quake, but I will persist. Even if the camera gets shaky, I apologize. So, first off, I guess, to my busy month, I'm planning on leaning into that with one of the events, definitely, and that will be with the Women in Translation Month event for August. I don't think there's anybody running it. There's no prompts as far as I know. The people who used to be very vocal about it are no longer active on BookTube, but it has persisted and people want to continue reading Women in Translation this month. So I am leaning into the cozy and calming and gentle with Korean and Japanese shop books, I think, at least to start with one. So the one I'm starting with is Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop, a Korean translation. And this looks very lovely, like all of these do. So if I enjoy it, if I can continue on, I have lots lined up that I want to read that are in a similar vein. So this one I do already have the audiobook, in fact, out. So I'll be jumping into that as soon as I finish my current audiobook. Then the next event that I really want to persist in participating in is a new one, brand new to me. August, and that is all about reading YA in August. Super fun, it sounds like. I am always up for promoting and getting people involved in reading more YA in middle grade because they're great reading age categories that do things differently than adult fiction. And so I think people should check it out, certainly, and try and sample in those areas. So I recently went to a library book sale, Friends of the Library book sale, and I picked up a couple of middle grade and YA books in order to read them and donate them to the little free library near me that has a strong child reader presence. So the one that is most calling to me is How We Roll by Natasha Friend. So this one looks very easy reading, but with some heavier topics. So we're talking about a girl here who has some hair loss and has experienced some bullying, it sounds like, as a result of that. She is fully bald. But she's moved, perhaps, and is starting over with a wig and trying to hide that otherness that she feels. But she meets a boy in a wheelchair, and it sounds like he's been through some hard stuff, and they make a connection over that. Sounds like a great message. We will see how it is in delivery. Then we have one from last month, and that's Daughter of Fair Verona by Christina Todd. This is a sort of update, a retelling a bit, connected to Romeo and Juliet, where we're actually following their daughter after they have a successful happily ever after. And their daughter is trying to be betrothed to a duke when he's found dead, and she has to investigate his murder. So I have been enjoying murder mystery a lot lately, and that's where I'm going with that. And the next one is also murder mystery. So it's A Prisoner in Malta, by Philip Dupuy. So this is obviously in Malta, I assume, historical murder mystery, and it stars Christopher Marlowe, the writer and contemporary of Shakespeare. So that just on its own grabbed at me. I really want to read it. So I have two historical mysteries that are just pure for fun and entertainment. And then lastly on my list, this is one that was basically a cover and blurb grab, I should say. Never the Wind by Francesco Dimitri. This one is from the author of The Book of Hidden Things, which I have heard, but I've never seen anybody talk about this one. However, there is a great blurb on the front. Susanna Clarke meets Robert Aikman in this heady, melancholic, nuanced coming-of-age story. I was utterly entranced, from Paul Tremblay. So Susanna Clarke, I love. And then on the back, there is a blurb, but I can't see what it says because it's covered by a sticker. But it's from Aaliyah Whiteley, who I really love. Very weird, speculative-y, and I think that's what this is. So this seems to be a coming of age about a boy who has recently gone blind and moved to Italy. And he's experiencing the world without sight and very heightened in his other senses. And so the focus of the book is on that, it seems. I believe this is somewhat speculative, but I don't know how. So, sounds very, very interesting, and also there's a dog on the front. So I'm hopeful that that portends for good elements of this book, because I love animals and dogs in books. So I think for now, that is my pile of new things I plan to pick up. I have a number of YA books, specifically on ebook, that I kind of want to get to, that have been languishing. So I think I have some backups there. There's also the massive, massive event, Garb August, that I also would really like to participate in, but I don't have anything specifically earmarked, and that's going to be a purely if I have time sort of situation. So this is my month for August. We will see if I even get to any of this. Who knows? I almost certainly will be getting to Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop, just because I have the audio already out, and I know I spend at least that much time doing audio in the car, at the gym, etc. So that's when I will commit to. These, hopefully they will be fun and entertaining reads to fill my time. So let me know if you're excited about any of these books specifically for me to pick up this month. Let me know what you are reading, or if you are participating in any of these events this month, or if there are other events that I have missed out on. I know there definitely are a few. So that's it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching.